Okay, you can't see this, but there's a cover right there. And if you take that cover off of that decommissioned faucet, take the cover off of that guy, you're going to see a gap between the brickwork and the pipe. There's a hole right there. We got some separation of our freeze board right here. Okay. Trees too close, bushes too close, debris too close. Moving on along. Debris. Got some stair-step cracks between the brick and mortar beneath this window frame right here. These are single pane aluminum frame windows. We've had some repairs along the front of the house, and we're going to see some other areas. Moving on along, coming across here because we had some repairs here. Now this is a freeze board. I said that there was freeze board separation. Did I get that right? Was that freeze board? Yep. That's freeze board separation. Okay, then we come along here on the same freeze board. We got our butt-end joints on both sides of the front porch. They're starting, a little rust is starting to develop right there. At one time, this was an all-electric house, right? At one time, this is an all-electric house, but now we got some gas going, so there's that. Okay, our carriage lamps should have been sealed around the sconces to help prevent moisture from getting into the brick. On our front porch, our siding, where the siding comes down to the front porch, there should be a gap, a weep screed, because you know all walls leak. We want the water to get out. We don't want it to stay inside the walls, but there should be a weep screed right there, and of course right there. That's electric receptacle outlet, duh, okay, and it is not GFCI protected, and it does not have a protective bubble cover on it. Actually, they're called in-use covers. They kind of look like clear plastic football helmets. When this home was built, that was acceptable. That was the way to do it. That's the way that was happening, man. I don't think they even made what I'm calling for right at that time. But they had metal ones. They had metal ones. They didn't have the clear plastic ones. Should have been sealed. At movement repairs right here. Moving on along. Trees too close. A tree shouldn't be closer than 25 feet to slab foundation, so that you got room for roots. See how these roots are going? They go as far as the branches, so the roots grow underneath your foundation, and as they grow, they move. They move the house. All right, I can find an example around here just about anywhere. But now, all right, but examples can be found. The trees will move the sidewalks, they move the driveways, they move the streets, they move houses. This tree also needs moisture, and you're supposed to have an even, consistent amount of moisture around your foundation perimeter on a slab foundation on grade. And these roots suck all the water out, so this side's drier than the other side. Well, today I think it's pretty much all dry, but that's why you don't have trees so close. And they also do damage to your roof. So there's lots of reasons. Now I get it. It's a big, beautiful tree. You got to have a tree, man. You know, it adds value to your property, but it's not good for your structure. Moving along here, along this wall, we're on the north wall. The home faces east. This, okay, is rebar. It's construction bar. They place the rebar in the concrete so to make it stronger. And this rebar was too close to the edge, and as it rusted, it expanded, and as it expanded, it's breaking out the edge of the concrete right here. My house was built in 1964. I've got the same problem. My house isn't for sale. You shouldn't have to live like me. But we went over, I say we, because I'm being very generous, but my wife went over it with a coat, with a parge coat, cake frosting and paint, and just sealed it up. This gas piping should be painted to keep it from rusting like it is. We got stair-step cracks in two directions, so the house is moving in two directions. Okay, these cracks are a lot smaller than these, so it's pulling away, but it's also pulling away and pulling down. Okay, the tree should be pushing it up. Coming along, we do not have kick-out flashing right here and right there. We don't have it. This is our fireplace clean-out box. Our ash box right there. We got rust developing right here. Coming back here, we're missing a couple screens. I'm missing 3 screens, kitchen screen and the living room screens. And coming along here, we see that our patio, we have 3 patio posts, metal posts, and 2 of the 3 are not hooked up. Alright, this is gravity holding that there. And we shouldn't have party lights. I mean, we should have party lights. We should have a party. But we're not supposed to use extension cords in a permanent application. And again, we do not have the end-use cover, and none of the exterior receptacles that I've noticed have been GFCI protected. Moving on along here, it kind of comes up so water doesn't go into the house. It takes water away from the house, but it's putting water towards the house. Right here, you can see where the patio slopes towards the house. So water will collect over there next to the siding, next to the sill plate, next to the sole plate, next to the mud plate, the mud soil plate. Okay, so that's where the water goes, and it stays in the wall. It's not supposed to do that. It should have end use. That's not GFCI protected. Now if we look up here a little bit, you'll see this is buckled like a big dog, huh? Look at that. Somebody must have stepped off onto that or something. I don't know. It looks pretty bad. This post is bolted up. You are bolted up. How about that? Oh, but it's not bolted to the post. The bracket's bolted. The brackets are bolted, but the posts aren't. These 2 posts are not connected. That post is. That's the only thing holding this whole patio up right now. Moving on along, we do not have weeps. Probably don't want a weep over here since you got a pond. Alright? But typically we want a weep screed between the siding and the sidewalk. This is the closed dryer vent. It's stuck open. Got a little bit of movement here on our door casement. We've got our electric meter here, and I'm going to have a whole video for that, so just hang on. Just hang on. Moving on along, because we're movers, shakers and movers and groovers. We got a little more rust forming over here. Okay, got a little bit of wood rot starting right there on the freeze board. We got a gable in, so we got mixed attic ventilation. Not supposed to have mixed attic ventilation. We've got soffit vents, we've got wind turbines, this is an exhaust, and then we got the old in and out, the old gable vent right there. So that's 3 types. Okay, the soffit vents and the turbines work together as a team. This guy isn't playing nice with anybody. So we've got mixed attic ventilation, and it was probably better. They probably never had the turbines before. They did that fabulous roof covering job. Okay, that fabulous roof covering job. But so they came in, and you probably got some good out of this. You probably got some good out of the wind turbines. It's probably better than it was, but that doesn't make it right. I'm here to talk about how right it is or is not. Speaking of, there's some more shingles right over there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you've already seen the roof video. If you watched my videos, and I don't know who watches my videos, but I do know if nobody watches them. So if I got 0 views, I know my client didn't see that one. Okay, we got a little bit of wood rot here on our casement over the garage overhead door. We've got wood rot on the casement on the garage overhead door. We've got wood rot on the casement over the garage overhead door. And there's the gas meter that was installed. It's outside of the fence, west side of the property, southwest corner, tree too close. Moving on along. Now, unlike the windows at the front of the home, these window frames have gaps. It looks like they've been sealed once before and it's moved since then. We got some stair-step cracks between the brick and mortar right there, stair-step cracks between the brick and mortar right there, stair-step cracks between the brick and the mortar. Okay, when you see them going both ways like this, all right, this side is dropped a little bit. Stair-step cracks. This is a bathroom window, probably. Stair-step cracks. You think water can run off in there? I do. And then the stair-step cracks go like that. We've got a whole video about the condensing unit too. So just hang on, check it out. It's one of the best videos ever. So you gotta check out the best video ever. We've got I'm just real proud of it, man. I'm just real proud of it. We got some stair step cracks. I saw them. They were behind here. They were in my notes. Alright. There they are. Stair step cracks between the brick and mortar. Right in there. And now we are about where we started. On